It's happening! Today we're going to talk all about your 13th week of being pregnant with twins. Welcome to your second trimester! This is so exciting! In this video, we're going to chat about some things that you might want to do this week and give you some tips on how to make this week easier for you in your 20s. I'm Natalie Diaz, founder of Twiniversity, the world's #1 website for parents of twins, and I'm also the author of a little book called What to Do When You're Having Two. A few weeks ago, we did a major survey at Twiniversity and got the scoop directly from moms of twins about their pregnancy experience. We mushed all of that great data together and we created the ultimate twin pregnancy week-by-week timeline for you guys. And that's where a lot of this great, juicy little tidbit of information is coming from. So let's jump right in, shall we? All right, so like I said, congratulations, you made it 13 weeks. This is really awesome. You may have been noticing that obviously your body is changing because you are expecting to, gentle reminder, but you may have also noticed that your fatigue is kind of decreasing. As your body adjusts, it's figuring itself out. And so your whole body is basically balancing out. And so that initial fatigue that you felt in the beginning may start to lighten and you may feel like you again. So welcome back. We missed you. You may also notice that you're having some food cravings or aversions. Now, this is so super crazy. So what happens during pregnancy, your spidey senses get activated and you have a heightened sense of smell and taste. So the way that potato chips tasted a few weeks ago may not be the same way that they tasted today. What also happens is, like, for people that have those cravings and they're like, oh my gosh, I have, such a craving for potatoes or whatever it is, your body may also start sensing some nutritional deficiencies, and therefore that's where those cravings come from. Because your body's like, hey, listen, you need more beta carotene, so you are gonna want carrots. So just know that if you're having kind of weird, crazy cravings, go for it, within reason, of course, but go for it and listen to what your body is telling you and feed it appropriately. Now, before I forget, you could find more information on your 13th week of your twin pregnancy when you head on over to twiniversity.com/twin pregnancy timeline, where we have a ton of info waiting for you. You'll find whole sections on questions to ask your doctor, what other twin moms were concerned about this week, some super sweet belly pictures, even some super sweet sonogram pictures, and there is a lot more, especially about what's going on with your body. So don't forget, head on over to there. Now, let's jump right into 3 things to do this week in your 13th week of pregnancy. Do you think that you don't have enough room? You aren't alone. This is the week where many people start looking for a new home if that's what has to happen. I remember that the minute that the doctor heard the second heartbeat in my belly, I looked at my husband and his first words were, "We have to move." We didn't move, by the way. But if you do need to move, you need to start looking now, because this isn't a process that happens in 30 days. You have to start doing your homework. You have to find a realtor. You have to find a lawyer. You have to find a home inspector. There's a lot that has to get done. So you really do need to kind of start thinking about it, at least now, so that you are not moving when you are 38 weeks pregnant. That is not the most fun. You may also want to consider to start shopping for daycare if that's something that you know will need to happen. If you and your partner are both planning on going back to work full-time, who's going to watch these babies? If you don't have a family member, or if your mom's not willing to buck up and become their nanny, then you really do have to start figuring out what your options are, when those options start, how much that's going to be, what the classes are like, and some of even the better preschools and the better daycares in your area, they may actually have a wait list. I know that sounds crazy. I think it's crazy too, but it's true. So if that's something that you're going to need, is some kind of daycare or something, then you got to start doing your homework now and figure out if there is a wait list. You got to get on those wait lists. I know this sounds absolutely nuts, but I'm telling you, it's something that people have to do. So get on that wait list. The next thing that I want to tell you is something else that is kind of pretty important, is that if you do not have life insurance, you really need to start looking into that. We talk a lot about this at Twiniversity, and people forget that if you have life insurance through your work, if you stopped working, you don't have your policies that you had when you were working at that office. So don't be surprised if you're like, I'm not going to go back to a traditional job after we have the 20s. You're not going to have those traditional benefits though. So think about speaking to a kind of estate planner or a financial planner and see what other benefits, in addition, of course, to life insurance, that you may need to cover you and your family. Now, tips like that are some of the things that we talk about in a Twiniversity class. So if you were worried that there isn't a class specifically for twins, rest assured, we have you covered. We have online classes and in-person classes for expecting and new parents of twins. Now, taking a Twiniversity class is not like taking a traditional birthing class. So while I am personally trained in birthing techniques, I will tell you that we really focus on real things that you need to know today to get you ready for your delivery and through the first 6 months with your 20s. I typically tend to give you really practical information on pregnancy, delivery, postpartum recovery, raising your babies, and all the details on what to expect for your twins' birth and all the gear that you will need. And you know what too? All the gear that you don't need, because who the heck is covering that? We also have a twins breastfeeding class, and you got to check that out too. You could visit twiniversity.com/classes for full details. All right, now 3 tips that I want to give you for your 13th week of pregnancy is, if you're constipated, eat 1 or 2 prunes a day. You may be like, this is so disgusting, Nat. How are you possibly telling me to do this? I am telling you, you are not, like, and it's not even like what you're eating is making you constipated, unless your cravings are making you eat foods that are typically constipating foods. But if you've noticed that you're constipated, it's really not a surprise. This is something that happens to a lot of people during pregnancy, but eating those 1 to 2 prunes a day is really going to help you out, because we need to keep everything moving through your system so it comes out of the end easily. Now, if you can't eat the prunes for whatever reason, let's say there's too much sugar and you need to stay away from that, speak to your doctor. There may be some over-the-counter meds that you could take to help your body move a lot smoother. Do me a favor too, buy some maternity clothes, please. I know a lot of people are like, I'll just take this rubber band and I'll attach it to the button of my jeans and make it hold my pants together. Just invest in some maternity clothes. You could find some pretty affordable maternity clothes online. We have some great links at Twiniversity too that'll give you all that. We'll drop some links below. But don't wait too long to buy maternity clothes, because it is not comfortable. Who needs to be uncomfortable? You have enough things going on. Be comfortable, enjoy stretchy pants, enjoy flowy blouses, and embrace your growing body. Now, another thing is if you are still feeling nauseous, which you could be, and people do sometimes experience nausea through their whole pregnancy. I'm not saying that to make you nervous. I'm saying that just because that's what happens. But if you notice that you're still feeling nauseous, try to eat smaller meals like we've been telling you since the dawn of our twin pregnancy videos. But try to eat those smaller meals. And just because you're in your 2nd trimester doesn't mean that that's not going to be effective. So think, a half a sandwich instead of a whole sandwich. Think of even like a half of an apple, but anything, tinier meals, you'll digest them faster, you'll feel better ultimately. So that's your 13th week of your twin pregnancy. There is so much more down the road, and do not get nervous. You know that we will cover every single week for you, and we will hold you by the hand through this entire journey. Don't forget to head on over to twiniversity.com/pregnancy timeline, where we'll have all the information not only on this week, but future weeks and past weeks too. So head on over there. And we also have a newsletter for you that'll get you through your whole pregnancy. Sign up with the link below, and all that information will get dropped into your inbox every single week, just in case you forget to come by and visit me. I know that you love me, but you know what? We all get busy. I have so much to tell you. I get so excited. If you enjoy a good podcast, we got that for you too. You're really going to love them. They're hosted by me, and you get to listen in as I chat with baby experts from around the world and parents just like you. We talk about things from pregnancy stress to birth trauma to wonderful birth stories, but you could always get it not only from the link below, but wherever you get your podcasts. And last thing, if you like this video, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up, and don't hesitate to subscribe so that you know whenever we have a new video come out, you will be the very first to know. So once again, I am Natalie Diaz. Thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations on your 13th week, and I can't wait to see you for your 14th week. See you later, alligators.